Well then, this is the picture you get at the start. This is the start. This is the nothing. That was actually 10 days from now. Because I'm trying to figure out why does this area here always have, it seems, over 15 centimeters every time I look at their 10-day forecast, and this is not a pleasant. This is not cool. Not cool at all. And the fives, it's not going to be snow either, right? I don't know that. Any of these totals you see here on the tens, after these areas here, is not going to be snow. Huh? Told you there's one behind you. They're working it around. It's working it over. The impactance. The impactance going to hit you about what? 28, 27. The schmackaroos, man. The old Zaz flipperoos. Send the cold up from Antarctica. Send that chem bomb used up mess that impacted hardly at all on Australia, actually. Hey, just through here. Is that on the totals on your tens? The horrendous tens, right? As because it's an agreement on the tens that Nelson is fucked. But over here, they're not quite sure. I don't know. Should we be conservative? Is it going to fizzle? Tell the people what's going on. Come on, weather planners, geoengineers, who know the plan of what they want to do, because there's a whole lot of stuff deployed on. A whole lot of cabin going bombed, the old Brahma. Look at that one. The big P in the sky. The P in the sky, and it's burning. Again, a red sky. Boo, the old scrotation mark there, right over the top of you. Look at this shit. Streamering over. Really trying not to swear. Very full of sunshine. And I had an absolute moment of hilarity. Right. I would be happy to report that after dropping a freaking Ione into a toilet that was clean, it was an unexpected splash. And then fully saggy in itself. I was able to very quick, it didn't take me but a half an hour, have it apart, have the water out of it, have it back together. And it's working. And I'm very impressed with that. So it is not waterproof, but it is reparable. And that's something I'll be able to now say, hey, y'all, if you have that accident, no problem, and I'll talk you through it. I already knew how to change the battery. Well, now I know how to do a drier Ione out because it took the split splash, and thank God I keep that toilet clean. Look at this bomb I'm pointing at here, so now have a laugh on me. Streamer, 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 bulb, bulb, bulb. It's not a flower you want to go stick in your nose and smell. I don't think it's very good for the birds and the bees. Uh, and their ability to do what the birds and the bees do. The birds and the bees. You get the square, which is the falcon, boom, peck and dry, the big wing insect, thing with a big old stinger in the end. Let's have an imaginarium here, because you ain't got to imagine the chem bombs. You ain't got to imagine the geoengineering program. It's well litigated. Look at the triple shot here. Hi, let's have another vortex. Let's send a tendril in. Tendrils. This ain't Spider-Man to the rescue, I'll tell you that. It's packing a venom on it. And some people these days say, jump, jump, jump. Pussies. Favorite line from Venom. Because he didn't trust the oneness with him after he consumed the entity of the black goo. He just didn't make it comfortable, and he insulted it. Oh my, would you look at the guilt here. This is supposed to be the center of your circulation. Well, how many plumes do you need? Shh, boom, shh, boom. Fireworks show. Boom, 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 boom. Plume, boom, boom, boom. Shh, boom, boom. They're gonna be fireworks. Boom. Because all they want to do is boom, a boom, 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 and a plum, plum, all on your butts. What they gonna do is boom, a boom, 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 make a plum, plum, all on your butts. And boy, it's anything but a pleasant fall, autumn season for a lot of people around the world. And in New Zealand, well, I don't know. If you complain about it, I ain't got enough rain, I ain't had enough rain. You say that one year, you get too much now. Careful what you wish you may regret it. Do what you wish you may just get it. The global warming lie goes around, and the chem falling down, and the acid rain samples showing up from this storm in Australia, just like the other ones. A couple came in acid-like, but I'm seeing 6 1s and 6 2s. That is acidic rain. Don't give me a statistic from 1971 about what was there before the Clean Air Act was enacted, limiting corporations' sulfur plumes and other things. And it sold a lot of new systems of scrubbers. Did you see that coming in there? I'm just zipping along for the storms. All right, Tazzy, you've entered a suerte de muerte moment of truth. Oh, the smackaroo to the West Coast. Your fryer's going to be on. Look at the line. What's the pressure's reading? How much pressure? They're going to have to release it yet? Nah, there's a big high over New South Wales. You should have great weather. And the surf should be wow, because all this crap that went on out here in the ocean, and they're bringing this across. They're bringing it across. And the sky will be filled with the crisscrosses, because they're bringing it across. On the 10s, your total's there. Let's ignore that pressure. It might be go move until I go to a different one. Hey, Radelaide. How you doing? A little bit of rain here, a little bit of nothings. And then a whammo. So then when they move that big tendril cluster, you're going to get a smack. So let's see what the smack is going to be, so some of you could be prepared. Maybe you could duck it. I don't know. If you don't say duck it and just say frick it, we ain't never ever going to get some forward progress. And well, have it. So let's see what they're going to give you. When's your big storm? I think it was right around here. You get the first tendrils coming through as they work a big old cold colostomy bag full of shit. Dump it on your wine. Look at the electric show out there as you're mixing tropic silica dust from the desert and the woos and doom and the glooms of the that who are so depressed. It's somehow they've had somebody get back in power over around here. They can't even walk down 2 stairs alone or in pairs. A slinky would do a better job. And well, when the big wheel starts turning, sometimes the book you read is the Karma Sutras. Oh my, there's your schmacks. There's your schmackingtons. That's the day you're getting it. Right, as they work that through, there's going to have to be an EMF move to move the pressure. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, we get the schnazola, right? That means it's going to take a giant dump on you. This is bubbling over, that's bubbling in. This is going to spit out a second cyclonic system. Super low down here, yeah, 961. And it's really high out in the ocean. And the Amsterdam cruise line is out there, and the Nimbin, bada bing bang bong, Mardi Grasians are enjoying themselves. Yeah. And the green dancing fairies is always a sight to behold. The mirth. The general mirth is a vibe that you need to instill in yourself. Hey, Canberra. Hey, you guys camping out over there, you better watch out for a little bit of a washout there coming on Thursday night, so get your stuff up off the ground. Yeah, get a little bit away from the dry gullies you've been hanging out in there. And shout the call design from Robert and tell him say, fuck you. No way. No obey. Not today. When the houses of governance no longer represent the people they govern, and the taxation then is no longer has representation by proxy. It is every person's right to patriotically assume the governance of their own country, and if your constitutions are illegal and they're just trade agreements, well, I'm watching Star Wars. Look what Anakin, he handled the Trade Federation. That's a big line of electricity. But you get all that electrical potentials coming all the way from there. And in between those layers there, to have that warm tropical air. So be very interested on the winds that day. No, I'm not talking about what they done and eating. We want to see shardy skies for you and I. It's right here. Boom, 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 boom. We can show you the Adelaide. I can show you what bites in a bite. And what's taking a big bite out of Mother Earth's ass. And she's going to shake herself like fleas on rats. Look at the bomb right there. Boom. It's going along. Look, 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 look. There's a boom. There's tendrils over here streaming out over ocean life. Triple shot there, just like I seen in the sky above me this morning. There's the pretzel. Look at that. Hey, we ain't wanting that chip and dip. Or is it the bear claw? Or is it shooting out more tendrils and interacting in different layers of the atmosphere? Because, man, it smells assy out there. Boy, do they love to lie to you to get what they want. Watching programming on television, what do you hold in your hand? A remote controller. Bzzz, uniblab. Stacey is a stoop. Spacely is a stoop. And the robot wanted George Jetson's job. Convinced him to play games, filmed him to get him sacked. Welcome to your new world order. Welcome to Operation Goose Dip Neon Neck. Welcome to the Nazi symbol in your sky. Welcome to hearing the world master plan for rebuilding what is being destroyed by corporate greed, by corporate overrun, by allowing immoral behavior to influence the life of everything on my planet. Would you look at the guilt here? I wonder if we could pick up any of this in there. An SO worldview. And where we could see the crimes perpetrated by the graffiti artists in the sky. Tox 23 is no longer a graffiti guy writing on boxcars and stuff in London. We're talking a toxic brown 25 skies owning your weather by then. Let's see if they've blocked you out yet. Can I get in here with one clear shit before the people don't want you to see it? Blur it out. We're in here, folks. We have got cooked straight. And would you look it straight to the guilt here? Kanban. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't a set of headphones. And if these were the musical notes, what song would you play? Hot butter, microwave popcorn, boom, 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 plum, plum, plum. Is that annoying? GMO mosquitoes now, and they got it in your house. And then now you have your windows open, Kanban's walling out. Boom, 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 plum, plum, plum. Boom, 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 plum, plum, plum. What in the absolute is that? The W. I love you so much, detoxify your skies. And look at you in A. He's got a big Pinocchio. Joe Biden sniffing up the sea. See? Do you see the crack? Where the crack pipe on his head? My God. I don't like all the symbols I often see show up off the coast of this very spiritual country. You should feel the land. Take your shoes off here and walk around. You'll feel the earth. And when I see faces like this in the sky, I think ancestors. I think a multidimensional fabric of aether that's being manipulated with electromagnetic frequency. Prove me wrong. You don't see the scientists showing up. I'm saying I'm wrong about that. Because that's the stuff that fascinates me. Fascinating. How can I go and talk with the ancestors? Ask them, how you doing? Ancestors, anything I could do for you today? Hey, you ain't seeing done? No, I'm not going to leave that color paint on the wall. I didn't like that salmon color. Take your haunting ass out my house there in Michigan. And would you look at this chemtrail off the coast of... Yeah, I know how to pronounce Kaikoura. But I was going to have fun with it. But they had a very sad time. Yeah. Have they even gotten the roads open yet? Or have you agreed to the deep water port they've been asking for over here for a long time? We'll just drop the land there and lift it here. Now it's closer to it. Now we can have it. Boom, 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 plum, plum, plum. Boom, 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 boom. Or do you want the penis? Boom, 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 plum, 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 plum. Bunch of scrotums in the sky. Boom, boom, pig pen. Spray in your ass. Spray in your ass. Boom, 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 boom. Spray in your ass. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 plum, plum. Can bomb suck. Can bomb suck. This video is no longer allowed in 55 countries for violating it. I do not own the rights to any of the Peanuts sang and a Kurt too playing piano. Preppy Hayes lists more rights than I do. And gets royalties for the very existence of tipping its head to the side and the other side while music played. And while the band played, all we would hear was Wah, 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 wah. And now for your weather. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. And now for you doing it without all that. Right, here's what you get. You're facing, old Zealand, the same old weather. Yeah, you get a lot of lightning show going on tonight. On the backside, you'll definitely have some winds feeding it, so the wind will be kind of changing direction a little bit as it goes over the hook of the thumb over there. It's going to clean the fingernail out a bit, or the thumbnail. In Hawke's Bay, you're going to have a little wet coming, as you're going to get a little whip around from this storm until it moves out of the way. When this one here that's coming with a steamer, it'll move pretty quick, actually, when the pressures. Why? Because they beamed your asses. Right? The whip around of the winds of the storm, rotating towards the rising sun, which means it's a cyclonic system. If it was that way, it would be, because the sun that way. That way it would be anticyclone, regardless of your hemisphere. And then part of the moisture is going to get stripped off. Yeah, you're going to have this island out here, they'll look like a big pork chop bone laying on the ground, the Fatanga. The Watianga, that would be a F. It's what is fate. Fiatanga, but where's my other favorite name now in the world? Would have to be the fucking Chinese. Right? Is it 20 is a certain color as well? Kind of brown. That's fucking brown. We translated. Why don't you put the W over here for the Akra? We could have Fuckland, man. It would be so fucking funny. But if you're in here, sometimes you're fucked anyhow, especially here when you get around 25th. Watch this. You're right in the pinch lane. And this thing's just staying here, pinned. It's pinned, man. It can't go nowhere till that other one goes. Why? Because Mimic TPW shows you the beam. Who cares about those drag queen freaking hours, man? You can do it, just be yourself. And I don't need a newspaper article telling me that I have a penis every morning. Nobody wants me waving it around in their face. And, well, it's being appropriate for me to have story hour anywhere. Right, ain't my youngins. Oh, we got a beam. Already blasting us. All right, we're going to zoom back. Oh, that's a new one. Bzzz, getting fried. That's a big blast. What's the timestamp we got on this? Yeah, this is now. Right now. Oh, New Zealand, you're going to fucking quake. They hit the whole pork chop. This is bad. All right, I got to get this on. I'm sorry to have to be the news, but you're in the fives today. Magnitudes. Most of the quakes triggered on the plate have been in around the world today, been in fives. Here, you can have a shot of this. What the fuck? What in the hell is that? That's a beam, man. They just got you. If your ears suddenly started ringing, you see that lane? This storm can't go past that lane. Heated outflow. Where's the other half of it? This is a wide swath. Here. Beam shot up through here as well. You ain't having a solar mass ejection every fucking week when Australia is facing the sun. It's statistically impossible. And well, at 10 o'clock in the morning my time, you damn sure ain't facing the sun. Tell me more about how that would happen. The dimple in the atmosphere would have hit the UK. If it was a CME, then the Mid-Atlantic Trench would quake. Nah. I'm calling bullshit. Here's the weather manipulation, and onward this cyclone goes. They've hit the river. Diversion's going to happen right through that spot again. The earthquakes are going to continue along this island here. It has not stopped vibrating because the dildos won't leave the vibrators alone, or aka atmospheric heaters. Right, I'm going to about change domains a minute. Right, there's the very last frame, and each one of these is jumping what? 9. We getting hours? Alright. 2. Alright, let's go to the last frame here. Alright, last frame. Right. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. That's on. 7 hours. Oh, I got a crush beam. This is a bust of weather manipulation. Is there a war going on or war games with the UN's playing with the toys? This ain't even funny. Look at the criss right here. Oh man, Y'all just bear with this. I never know what I'm going to cover. The day I was doing a talk in Nelson, Richmond, they hit a rainbow beam, and everybody wanted to know about it. So I actually had it running on the screen before I sat down, so I wouldn't forget. Right, I'm about to do a documentation. Give me a minute. It's documentation time, so I'll hit that button. I won't lie. I'll download this in a G, and then I'm gonna save it, or I'm gonna have this. This is wargaming. And then I could do a super zoom on it. You watch what I can do. Well, this is the distracting. Did you see it? Pow, pow. Did you guys fire back at something up here? Are there war games being going on right now with our dual weapons? This, to me, is very evidential of that. So I'm going to now make sure I have that. Let's have it. Boost. What's the date? It's 22/05/3. It's good enough. I put 24 up. Change it. It's an odd one. Right, I'm going to change domains now. I'm going to go down here to the Australian and Fiji feed. I'm going to get a closer look at what in the fucking just happened. Something has occurred. And let me even look and see if I'm running over here. Hi there. And how you doing? So, Alan Brown coming down. Lots of earthquakes. They've all been small fish though. Fives. Yeah, I white a chick every morning. Make sure my ash comes okay. You could love things that'll never. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have this too. Alright, 24-hour animation on that. I'm telling you, I fill up some freaking hard drives with data. Wow, that's a hit. Wham, wham, wham. They got to be having war games out there. Yeah, Brisbane is high in it. Look, that's right. Newcastle popped, part of the Jorn. You had one in Queensland briefly fire. See it right there in that flash. I'm going over this now. All right, let me just make sure I get my homework here. Saves images. Bzzzt. Buzz beam 2. The what the fuck beam. I was going to call it. It's the WTF beam 05, 23. And I'll rename another one later. Fuck no. Alright, let's do a stop and go on this now. To do the stop and go, I have to go back to the HTML5. That was just so I can have that on a GIF. I could throw that out there now. Right now, it's our tomorrow. Boy, the whales ain't gonna be liking that, man. This is bad for their navigation. Okay, we're gonna go look at this. All right, let's have it. Boom, boom. Okay, first nucleation is happening. You're gonna see it jumping left and right a bit because I'm gonna go with my arrows and it kind of makes the screen move. Right, 1400, jumping on hour ahead. Beam line in place, curve line out here, coming right from here. Shockwave of the pulse. You get a device here, now that I know about. Australia is only its basic beams around from here to here. It's nothing unusual. Whammo! Jorn fires. You got a beam overlap. You have one here, one here, one here. Fuck no! This is definitely a deployment. You see this ray come down here, through the far north of Queensland. This is where it's gonna get fun. I'm gonna jump an hour ahead. Look at how many layers of the atmosphere have nucleated the condensates to make the moisture thicker. They have just moved a huge river as well, and I think they're playing with their toys. When they go EMF word, this is what you're going to see. Guarantee you. This is not the first time I've documented this. So I'm going to go ahead an hour. As Fiji's done something, so I'm going to back an hour, back up an hour. All right, back over. I'm just going to run it a minute. I want to see this, see the pattern. There's a lot to see here. This is going to give you an extended show. Got to get the data while the data's there. There's a ship right here. He's firing that way. Something has reacted. The pulse is going to actually back the river up this way. Secondary pulse takes another layer of the atmosphere, shoots it under this one. It's going to back this whole river up and confine it into an area right here in a corridor, because this is fired as well. Highest earthquake risk right now is through here. Because of the shock wave, the pressure of the storm lifting on the mantle, and this one here is now activated a condensate river right here, which will start turning. And it looks like it's going to go up and throw into this. They're going to have to heat and cut that so that spins free. You guys get some storms. Looks like a couple back-to-backs for China. Yeah, Taipei and China under attack. You guys have done a hell of a blast. I wouldn't want to be underwater when that happened. So a lot of people talked about feeling very irritable today. My God. Let's see if New Zealand did anything obvious. No, they're firing straight up here. So they're busy manipulating the storm here, and it pushed the corridor into itself. Anything showing up on the worldview? Well, let's have a look. Oh, there's definitely microwaving going on here. The emanation point of about that beam would be about here. That's Grafton, be Newcastle, Port Big Wacko. That's Newcastle. There's the Friar Rhine. Indeterminate. All I see is square chem bombs off the coast. Now, if it was aiming at it, it'd be way up in the atmosphere. It'll be out here. This thing's over. That thing's shooting over horizon big time. And what's being manipulated is this. Here. This is the house the jack-offs built. Even the littlest gap in the storm, you see the flower of death chem bomb formation. And I'm very, very familiar with. And many of y'all are as well. And I'm doing a good job, not swear good. As if something came along in a line here and deployed bombs here as you zoom way in. Boom, 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 boom. It's a never-ending story. Here goes Falcor. Hurting at a chem bomb. And nothing to see there. Right, as we go over here to that area of definite beamings was going on all around this island here. Right, boom, boom, boom. And your earthquake risk is horrible. Whammo, whammo. Where's the secondary device? There's something out at sea. Is it the SBX? Is it one of the big spy ships? You ever seen the spy ships? Chinese spy ships. They love blaming everything on China. See, they give you great images of this. Look at this thing. The Type 815 spy ship by the People's Liberation. You guys have seen these before. There's more than one of them out there, and they've been refitted. Bzzz, lasers and big blasters. That one only got 3. All right, let's have another one. That one's got 4. Big dome over here. That ain't for playing golf. But if I ever seen a big golf club come down out of the sky and smack one of them off, you'll know it's the second coming. Look at this. How many directions could they aim at once? This is a big perturbation maker. And you got military stuff of all kinds that get this big fryers. Fryers, just easy to find. That's the rectalator. They just make you look at it. Everybody forgets everything. The rectalator. Yeah, just small devices, while they're that busy spying, they can make some great big whomps. They're designed to heat the atmosphere, melt missiles. Right? You see what I'm talking about? It's a ship at sea, man. You got a ship out here. Why? Because there's no great big landmass out there. There's nothing else the big can be. Use your fucking head. Does everything got to be told to you on a television for you to believe it? Well, the first thing that goes out before the things happen bad is the television. As they all done made it to the hightailed it out of there. With all the goodies in your store. And while you get whatever's in store. And it looks to me like you've an EMF attack. I want to see now what's the polar region impact of the pulse. Look at that going by. You will fear the eye. Wham, 2 blasts. That was Tiger. It's Tiger firing. Are they testing the Tiger network? Look at a straight line to that. Watch. They're testing Tiger. Look, pulse pointing right over your. All right, then you're going to need a second blast. Has to come from over. All right, there's the first one. Right, time stamped. An hour later, sweeping the moisture along. It's affecting the weather. Here. They could have done a joint test. Look, at the beam came on. It's secondary. Could also be the same station. And turn out oscillation off. It's unlikely it's the same station. Oh, you could turn it off and move it, change its oscillation, to change its direction. They don't move those. It's a static array, or you got to modulate it to change, bend its frequency, so to speak. Fascinating, says Dr. Spock. The guy with his fingers stuck together from inventing crazy glue. All right, look at that there, huh? And you're getting blasted right over the earthquake field. This isn't good. This isn't cool. It isn't nice. Not very nice. And so as I'm going to take you back now through your other days, I'm going to turn some of this pressure up. Man, we're under too much pressure, man. And then I'll give you a zoom back view. Tazzy, you're wet. Melbourne, Sagittarius. Snows in the high Alps. Snows in the high mountains of Tasmania. And the maniacs will be spinning on that. As some more storminations happen to the South Island of New Zealand. And a spinner forms off the coast of Sydney. People wax their boards and head to the beach. But don't forget to wax off afterwards. There's always waxing off in the woody on the way home. Wax on, the bomb's on, the color's on, the bomb's on. You guys just sitting on the crapper. I'm woke. Get out of bed. I'm woke. I know everything that's going on, and if you don't agree with me there, you're just a goober head. Goober heads, go wake up dead. Boom, 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 boom. That was your week, man. And what's going to happen after that? What do the pressures say? Let's see what the particles look like. So that's in the middle of a burp. That should squish over the top of the island, or you don't want to hear this. Right. If I was to read this map right here, I say there's a 75% chance of a cyclone walking its way down through the Vanuatu corridor. Due to the fact that these two are going to dance over each other, and the low dog's going to get sucked south. Watch. That's a 47 and a 43. They're fighting. That has to go into that. That's moving. The potential for the highest pressure to want to get into it is here and here. Right? So it puts a drag. And that's going to cause this here to most likely bloop into this one here. Well, that high just remains. Because this high over here has nowhere to fucking go until this truck's off over here. And these two have been dancing like a gear. And this thing's been holding it up. So just like moving it on the line, pushing along, making sure all this flow is coming over here. And hey, Mexico, check this out. Watch this. Oh, they decided to go a little bit south. You guys along this corridor are Fubari, because they're bringing the whole river down south on you, and you can expect that to last for a while, because the monsoon come later than you expected. And off the coast of the Carolinas, they're showing the potential for a really bad thing, and it looks like you get a new highway coming along here between over Hazelhurst. What are they doing? Baskley and all that. Yeah, we might be getting some Agenda 2030 steaming full speed ahead, flooding your asses out between Jessup and all that down here. So be watching out. Eastman and all that. Get your Kodaks out. Now, it is the hurricane season. Every season, when they're using hurricane season and the cyclone season is in the tropics up here, what could possibly have gone wrong over Fitzroy Crescent a few months ago? What possibly went wrong did they forget how to count when it came to Lismore? In Hawke's Bay a couple months ago, y'all forgot all about them people out there that might be needing blankets and help from you? Don't ever forget. Never ever forget the deepest blue skies we used to have and the puffy round clouds. Instead of the swearers of the puffy combs of the world telling you wear my kind of shoes or you ain't cool. You know what's cool? Not worrying about being if you're cool. You know what's cool? The cold temperatures in the upper atmosphere these chem bombs are bringing over. You know what's not cool? Spraying my world like bugs. Depopulating us because it's said so by a bunch of people that seem to think they pay our bills when we're the ones sweating. We're the ones getting our appendages cut off in their mills. It's the future of our children are going to be digging lithium out of the mud for their batteries. They can't even handle a freaking drop of water without catching on fire. What is the emperor's new clothes? Have it because it said so. Pay for it because we asked you to. Well, fuck that. This is your land, and look what they're doing to it. This is our mother being smothered. Hey, from the latest images of Greece. Shit smears on Izmir. What a fucking shame. They've been having quakes, and they're about to have some very nasty totals coming. And so for a brief moment here, I will Seni seviyorum baba. Yeah, for my baba. Baba, you gotta bring the umbrellas in, man. Yeah, let me get in on Toiki. Hey, nobody even warned Italy about the floods. Was I the only one? Hey, Bruce, bit insensitive of you not canceling the concert there. Hey, Milan, has anybody told you you're fucked again? You're about to get flooded? Hey, Italy. Hey, get your pasta afterwards. Go cook yourself. You're fucked. Right from Milan, a big sweat is coming in. This area here around the Shroud of Turin might get washed. Get it in the air. Yeah, this river's going to flood. Hey, so watch yourself, Italy. It's coming. It's the eminent front. So let's have a quick look for Italy. Let's have a look for Italia. The Leaning Tower of Pizzas is welcome on my plate. I don't want pancakes. I want a pizza. I've had a pizza in Pisa and I eat it. Boom, 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 boom. Ray, this is here. Yeah, we just have it because you're right on the 14 lanes. Right on the 14 lanes. The lightning show. Lightning show because the chem bombs was in rows. Boom, 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 boom. Barcelona weather. You're going down there. Let's go to Spain. It's a non-stop. They're bringing the front in. The cold air's been coming down from the north. It's well in place over the top of England. You're in the sun. It feels nice. But if one of your ghoulies fell out, you'd have a blue ball quick. Ooh, winter. Yeah, Milan. Hey, I like the Milana cookies, man. Get them up in the air. Nobody wants soggy cookie until it's in your hand and there's a beverage there. But I will pass on the tea that's going to be fluorides my water. Hey, this San Marino, man, you got a big batch coming again. Watch out. We watch out through here again. Yeah, the totals are going to be high when this one comes through. And it's just going to pass. All right, so get your debris off this side of the roads. You don't want no slash. Unless you're playing some Guns N' Roses. Well, there's enough of the November rain already happening every day. Boom, 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 boom. You're freaking plume. Do-do-doom, do-do-doomed. Hello, Spain. You're fucked. Your holidays plans there in Spain's on the 10s is bad. So I'll be updating you guys that as it comes. United States of Hysterical. It's erection, yeah. Well, you get the big woody right in you. I showed you that corridor here. Hey, Wilmington. Hey, Carolina down east, man. Hey, you're looking at 61 centimeters, you know. Hey, should I have to put that in something you can understand? Because when it comes to dumbing down, just cross that border and into the White House, and you'll see the dumbiness down, motherfucker. Yes, see. He's so dumb and down. He all get down funky down here. You move in next to your lawn would die. That's how funky that dude is. When his family come to visit, you need a gas mask unless you feel like doing crack. 5 inches of rain popping down on your asses. Yeah, you got some tropicals moving through. So let's take a quick look at what they's about to throw to the other Carolinas than south, right? From Beaufort to Beaufort. Hey, we have a very electrical day here coming from Daytona Beach on up through the highway corridor and into Atlanta. You get the dream of not having a geoengineering is not going on, so everybody get on down there to Peachtree, Cheetah's Lounge, 101 exotic dancers on the floor all at one time. Never believed that in my life. Right, then the storm's going off into the Gulf Stream where she has to spin. On and off all day, the lightning show is going to continue. Whammo in here, boy. That's going to be dangerous days, that lightning. Look at this flow down coast. And they're not known for their surf and stuff here. When they see a 6-foot wave down there, they're all, yay. Hey, you see a 6-foot wave, you go back to bed. The first time I went down to the shores of Byron, oh my God, I saw those waves down here and it suddenly changed my mind about swimming. Happened. I sucked it up, Buttercup. Found a paddling pool somewhere. And their waves are serious. I guess we're going to have some rumblers breaching into the mountains. It means we're going to have two tropic flows meeting down over here on the plain, which is never good news for North Carolina. You're getting chem-bound in the North Carolina Tar Heels. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Boom, 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 boom. Plume, plume, plume. Hey, Mooney, look like you're going to have a little action over Myrtle Beach as they're bringing this system ashore. And that's been around, which usually means up through Canada Express. And the chem bombs on the Canada Express. The chem bomb you in Canada. Bo bo bo. Whoa whoa. You know where Marrakesh is? Yeah, it's over here. It's in Africa. I wanna rain down in Africa. Well, you know what's that? What a fucking shame to have to show you that. But other than that, you get some dragging out time, some of that kind of times. Has Mr. Burge got you snowing anywhere? Absolutely. Hey, right on top of your fires, man. Let's burn your house down and make you freeze over a 100-mile house. What a freaking shame. Where my voice is about gone. Hey, Alaska, there you are. And it Ted's heavy snows on your shores. Everything's priced up. Sprinklings for the May Queen. You're going to have to wait. Hey, Japan. Your weather turned into the Japanese. I told you, this thing's coming over here. It's going to smack Taiwan, and it's going to come in out towards the Three Gorges. So know that. And that's not such a gorgeous thing. Accumulation over India, over the top, and through Nepal and the high mountains is going to be very heavy with flooding, most highly expected in that region here, which I'm now going to, the region here. The dairy air that smells like ash, leading into a whole bunch of crap. Oh, God, you would do so much better if you swore. And we're going to switch back to what the rest of the world sees as increments of measurement for this type of unit, as we're looking at 13 centimeters popping in on the tenths. From the somethings to the nothings is always a bad thing when you get steep mountains crumbling infrastructure and continuing devastation of the Bangladesh region and through this valley here where all their food is grown. Direct attack on our food supply. The wet season's continued. The monsoon season, as per usual, to be expected. Big tendril looks like it's been moved north, so I'm expecting that to be made into another spinner. Hit a beam here, that backs up into that as it comes through these island spins again. Schmackero. They love the old double punch. Wham, wham. Did we get that industry? And so as we get closer to this event, I'll show you the totals on this. This is going to be a devastator. And with pressures that low, I'm expecting a Category 2 to 3 cyclone while it's offshore, possible 4 as it hits land. So you guys, just remember one thing. When you smile while you're looking up. Sand is free chemtrails. We've got to say no to the Paris Agreement. It's such a disagreeable thing. And this is all of us. And to everything is you too. And what you do to that, you do to you. And don't do doo-doo to other things, okay? Because if you do doo-doo, you eat banta voodoo.